All right, hello, hello. How's it going there, Zachy? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, let's keep working on the egg 7-4. Gotta get this done. I'm feeling that if I have to go back to work, I'm not gonna get this done. So I want to get this done. Did a little bit of work off screen earlier. We'll go through what I did. Didn't do a ton. Fixing some of the gauges, but let's see. Alright, so let's see what I did. Starting to put in the bearing, and I put in the autopilot. That's got to go in there. I put in flaps, so we got flap position here. So you click it, and you see they'll go down 5 degrees at a time. So the progressive. All the way up to 40. Alright, good. Also have spoilers set there. Bearing point is going in. I got the stuff for the autopilot. I gotta find where I want to put the autopilot screen. Trying to think with that one. That's kind of a pain in the ass. You think you have all the space in the world, and then you realize that you don't. Yeah, we're kind of running a little bit tight on space here. Trying to think if there's anything I can move around. Not really. Yeah. Kind of at a loss for where to put that autopilot panel. Could put more stuff on the overhead. I'm trying to think of what I would put on the overhead. I could just put on these side panels here. Yeah, I'm trying to think what I want to do with that. This is it's an egg 747 for Alistair's challenge, doing egg planes. So the autopilot's gonna go in there. Start working on that. That will help me inform where it's going. This should be done. I got this fixed. Gotta actually go back and fix the regular setup I use, but that can go. All right, let's see if I have an autopilot that's ready. Let's see what the data on that is. Oh, stop. That is what? That's 2/22/23. That is 24. It's 22. That's 24. Let's see, that's the latest autopilot I have there. I think what I have for a, see, I don't know how old that is, so let's go ahead and save this. I'll take my most recent plane with an autopilot and we'll work that. It's got to be a regular plane. It can't be a VTOL. Shit. So it can't be a VTOL. The Caribou doesn't have an autopilot. Yeah, Caribou doesn't have an autopilot. This does. The Amphib has an autopilot. Alright. I believe it does. Let me look. You'll be able to tell pretty quick. One of these autopilot screens. So. See, bearing panel, RGB dimmer, lights, autopilot. Yep. All right. So let's just do this. Do that, and then. put this out in the wing for now. Alright, start hooking everything up I need. I need monitor, touch. This is bearing. Physics sensor. Physics sensor was one of the best things they ever put in the game. AP monitor, touch, physics sensor. Seat combiner. I gotta put a seat combiner in there. Oh, seat combiner does combine the seats. Let's see. The only thing I could think to move is this panel here. Could get rid of engine information. What do I want to do here? Let's see how bad this is if I do this. I think visibility suffers too bad if I do that. Come on, could we just put myself in there, please? Thanks. Let's see. You think you have too much? Yeah, that's not gonna work. Yeah, see, I got 4 N1 gauges. That's excessive. Fuel can go over here, but I gotta change that up. That's fine. So let's do that. Let's just do N1. I decide I want to do this. Do that for now. Okay, can go. So much shit for the FLIR I don't need. I gotta get rid of that altogether. AP pass through. what's that? That is seat combiner. I gotta still do pitch to gyro. Okay. That is yaw. Roll. P-value, desired altitude. Desired altitude is the vertical one. Desired heading. Okay, I can get rid of a whole row here. Let's see. At some point. That's good. Alright. Alright, let's find the other bearing panel here. Is this it? Yep. That's gone. How's it going, Al? Yep, trying to finish this up. Alright, so let's go ahead and see if hopefully all this is connected up. Alright, let's see. Oh, seat combiner. I gotta do that now. Alright, let's do that. If I don't do that, it's not gonna work. Let's find the seat combiner. Seat combiner lets you fly from either seat, so as the name would suggest. Why is it doing that? Let's see. Doesn't need all that shit. Let's get rid of some of this. See ya. That should be the extent of the seat combiner, frankly. Cap, FO, seats combined. Alright, that should be it. And wherever the seat's going here, go to the combiner. Alright, that all works. And why was yaw still being controllable? Okay, seat combiner, that's good, that's good. Okay, and that's yaw there, that's fine. Why is yaw not going into the... Okay, so this should go into the gyro too. Okay. So this should go to... No, shit. It's not helpful. What the fuck? I think my autopilot has that in it already, so I gotta check it. Should have that in there. I gotta check it here. Let's see. Where's yaw? Roll, yaw right there. Forget what I put in there. The hell is it? 3 is the yaw factor, right? Alright, that's in there now. Alright. We can get rid of that now. Make sure that was the right thing to get rid of. I'm pretty damn sure it was. Yep. Alright, so that should all be in there fine now. Alright, let's check it. Oh, come on, man. Just get in the friggin' top. Oh, very nice. Hello, Reba25, how are you? Pause rig, you're up. Alright, set an altitude. Let's say we want 10,000 feet. Current heading is 066. Autopilot heading hold and altitude hold. Alright, yaw currently needs to be damped. Or is pitch so crazy right now? Pitch is nuts, yaw needs a fixin'. Probably just roll. See if it will smooth out at 10. Oh, I know one of the reasons why it's doing this. Okay. I use auto hover as a kind of a stabilizer for my autopilot. I didn't hook that in, so there we go. Acts like a damper. So, alright, let's stick with that. Let's go. Bring these down to. And I should have a node for that right here. Yep, there's gyro. Alright, let's run that. How's it going, Alexander? How are you? Preload some of the stuff. 10,000. Okay, good. That's the other thing I want to check. Make sure the spoilers come up if we're going fast enough on the ground. Good to have you, Alexander, as long as you can be here. Well, gear up. Autopilot, heading hold, altitude hold. There we go. Against my better judgment, I may dick around with the landing gear again. Just this, I just need to get something in there to fix that up. Stop it at 6,000, so we're not going forever. Alright, 6,000. There we go. Alright, good. Let's set a course for the Arctic. And move that to GPS. That's a 342. 342. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the throttle here. I'm going to make it buttons because it's not all that interesting looking at it, but it's a pain in the ass because it takes up 2 blocks. Now, why are we not heading to the GPS coordinates? Showing a 342, why are we not going to it? Huh. God damn it, do it twice, there we go. So it's something it's not reading through because it's showing 342, it just didn't read it to it correctly, so. If I put in the heading hold 342, it's going there. Climb some more. Time's not working either, so let's write some notes. So time is not working on the bearing panel. And then also, what else? It's not tracking the course. Okay, not tracking the course. P-value should be down a little bit on the autopilot. The less P on AP. See, it will overshoot a little bit, so a little bit abrupt for my liking. So the reason is that this autopilot came off a bigger plane, so need a bigger deflection to move it. But it's showing a 342 course. That looks about right. I don't know why it's not doing it correctly. Yeah, see, it's going back to north for some reason. So I probably know what that is. I gotta fix it though. So like if I move courses here, shows correctly, but it's not moving it, so it's currently reading a 0 value. 0 value is north. So what it probably is doing is the 0, 0 on the map is actually right here, which we're passing. We'll see if it acts funky as we pass it. I doubt it, but we'll see. Passes 0, 0 on the map. Yeah, so it's definitely reading a 0 value on the heading, so I need to see what's up with that. Gear needs to be fixed. The gear indicator, that's being a pain in the ass. Okay. Throttle will change out. This just takes up, it's cool to watch it move, but it takes up too much space. It really just does. Put headsets on both. Alright, there we go. Landing taxi, I want to move where they are. Yep, alright, got some stuff to work on. Start checking things off lists here. That's going to be a headset. Alright, so that's good. What's up with this? Okay, that's fine. What's up, buddy? Yeah, it's trying to jump on me here. Okay, that's good. Alright, so we got headsets that can get crossed off. Let's change the... proportional gain here is, what is it at? 0.1, let's go. That's that. Pitch is too rambunctious too. Let's run that. So I put a question mark on that, see if that fixes that. Alright, let's see what's going on with this, why this isn't tracking the course correctly. This I gotta change at some point. Alright, let's see. It should be reading in bearing micro 32. Physics sensor 17. So this is the compass. And then 32 comes through desired heading. That's it there. Why that's not reading, I don't know. I've done it before, radio controlled planes. It's just, I don't like not flying in first person. Alright, 32. Let's make sure this is a problem right now. Bearing micro 32. Let's make sure that's all connected correctly. Bearing micro out into bearing micro. We gotta check 32. 32 is right here off this. Right there. So that's this. So here's the comparison right there. This should be working. I don't know why it's not. I'll play with it when we get down there. What's this? That's channel 10. I can't remember what channel 10 is. 10 is radio. Let's play with that a little bit. Alright, so for example, let's put a... So if we put a bearing directly ahead of the aircraft right there, 164, so if I put that in, and then I go GPS 176, that's pretty close. Yeah, a little bit off the right. Move it just a little bit here. So that's having problems. Okay, that's not behaving itself. I moved to 1 degree, that's not right. Yeah. Okay. Something's up there. Alright. Figure this shit out. Alright, we got physics sensor. Oh, that's what it is. Right there. That's why. Alright, physics sensor wasn't plugged in correctly. That'll do it every day of the week. Alright, that's it. That's what it was. Alright, that's likely what caused the problem. Should be able to check it now. Oh, Christ. If you could just get in, I'd be thrilled, man. Alright, let's check it now. Alright, it's over to the right. 230. Looks about right. Put it right in front of us. Should pretty close to match the heading. 164, 162, perfect. Should go the opposite direction, more towards the east. Yep. Alright, good. So that works now. What else was I trying to do? Let's see. So that's fixed. What's T naught? Oh, time. That's fine. Time should be tied in with that, so that fixes that. Gear indication still annoying. I'm gonna dick around with the gear. Thrust. Let's redo the thrust. Alright, let's check the thrust. So, see what I want to add for gauges. The problem is, yeah. put that in the wrong spot. So what I was thinking of doing is putting a multi here, so this will kind of is an interesting idea. So what we do is do this. So I was thinking of doing a multi-function gauge, but trying to think of how to do it. We'll leave fuel where it is. Let's do a multi gauge. N1 slash N2 slash ITT. Four engines, that's a problem. So what I was gonna do is push buttons, and it would change the gauges to what it's supposed to be. Let's see. Let's do that again. I don't want to screw with this for too much. I'm pretty much already done. Yeah. Don't screw with that too much. And then I could add some extra stuff here, so. Verser armed. Flip switch. Trying to think what I want to put else. What else put on there? Okay, that's pretty good, I think. And I need something over here. I'm trying to think what I want over there. I don't like the order of this. Nav beacon. Strobes. Taxi. Landing lights. Alright. Alright, nav beacon, that's 4. Okay, that's better. Okay, that's good. Don't know what to put here yet. I'll figure it out. These are going to be oxygen masks. Let's get the thrust fixed, so it's 2 to 20. think 0.01's good, enabled. Let's see. Okay. Do I have a seat in here? I do. Shit, I don't have a seat in here. Alright, I can run this like this. Did I just delete all that work I just did? No, he just saved it, okay. Any feedback to the starter? No. Okay. So what we can do is, I don't think anything feeds back to the starter. Yeah, just that. Do this. It's up to 4. That actually works fine like that. Try that for now. Alright, that will do. Alright, so that should fix that. Let's see. Alright, let's give this, fire this sucker up. I gotta do backlights here real quick. Pause this music for a second so I can hear myself think. Nothing. Alright, balls. Alright. That's a reverser arm there. I'm going to set that up so that I can actually arm the reversers. Alright, let's do that. Buddy, sit down. Alright, there is spoilers, reversers, flaps. Let's look at it. Alright. Shit. Flaps here. Redo all these again, probably. Sit, please, still. Let's redo these, that's fine. 4. Just do that. Okay. That is park brake controller. There's a C combiner. C combiner goes there, and then that is now that. Okay, that's good. I need a feedback some point. So now I'm just trying to turn on the, I gotta fix all these, but let's do that real quick. Alright, let's see. So 8, 9, 10. And that's done there. Seat. These need to change to... Nope, 5. 7. 5 and 7, that does that. Okay. Where's that at? That is now 6 for reverser arm, and then 8 for the indicator. The fuck is this now? What is this all about? I can't remember what this is about. 1. I don't know what that's about. Huh. Where's reverse? Reverser armed, so let's see. Yankee. Yankee, maybe? Why is the seat? Oh, I remember why the seat was hooked in there. Alright. Doesn't need a seat hooked into it. So we got park brake controller there. Okay. So I can loop that back through here. That'll do my re-loopings. That's fine. I don't need the seat anymore because the flaps. No, it's a brake controller. Park brake. Seats do need to go in there. This is the brake controller. Seat does not need to be in here. Gotta loop in somewhere the thrust, so. I put a pass through here. I don't know. Flaps. Yeah, it's gonna be annoying. All right, I'm gonna go take a little break. We'll see you later, Zachy. I'm gonna take just a second break to go use the facilities, and I'll be right back. All right, I remember to turn the microphone back on. Now, this is kind of a mess. I got too many little microcontrollers going on here. All right, seat, park brake, variable brakes. Or flat panel. All right, good, good, good. Music back on. That's good. This still holds true because these were the early ones. Reverser is now 6. All right. Still don't know what this shit's all about here on top. That's the park brake now, so that is what? 11. All right, so transcal unlocked. I've got a reverser on there. 6, I believe I said it was. All right, so that does that. And then I got a readout. That's writing out 1, which is flaps. That's fine. I need to write out reversers, which is going to be what? 8. 8. Park brake is going to read out on 11. That's good. I need thrust lever to read in. I think the best way to do that. Space on here? Not really. I can make it bigger though. Let's see, starter. Alright, center console pass-through. This way I can pick up any channels I need. I'm fine with the hell that just showed up right here. Alright. Alright, the center console pass-through right there. Now I want to read thrust setting here. Right through here, actually. Read it through here is fine. Maybe something above 12. Just make it 16. Alright, that will do it. Alright, so that's a good pass through there. So what we'll do is connect the center console. Center console pass-through is going to come up. Center console is coming there. Pass-through's coming back through there. This is going to be 8. So I can pick up any information it needs. Alright, so 16 is reading the thrust setting. Let's see. Center console. I was gonna fuck all that up. Alright, that's fine, we'll do that. Alright, good, that can turn a thrust lever. So I'll now read that. And we'll pick up anything else we need on the pass-through, so we'll make another pass-through. So we'll just pass all these through. Center console, that's good. There's a pass-through channel there. That's gone. Alright, so that picks that up. Alright, then center console's gone out of there. So if I need anything else off the center console, I can keep passing it through. This then goes to center console. That way it can keep daisy chaining it through as need be. Alright, good. Alright, guys, with chat here. Hello, bunch of letters, I don't know. Kiri something. Hello, Puzzle, how are you? There's Engine, there's Flip. How's it going there, Nathan? Bunch of different stuff. Alright, that's good. Let's test it all. That's the thing to do, is test it, see if it works. Probably got about another 17 minutes in me, and then I gotta go. Alright, let's pause the music. Make sure all this works. Why is that volume up so high? That's gonna be 9, 10. I think I did the wrong ones on that. 9, 10. Oh, it's not connected, that's why. That's why it's not. I didn't put it back in. Now this can go like this. Make sure that looks good. Does, alright. Alright, let's try it now. Problem is to put headsets on, so I can't hear the engine start, but I can see the gauges, so. Alright, good, we're starting up. Alright, park brake works. Those work. That works. Do it with the handheld. Alright, now I've got the thrust held all the way down, but we're not reversing because I don't have the reverser on. That should click that on. We should get reverse. Gotta make sure this goes lower. So this number's not enough. Let's go 0.4. So 20 times 0.4 will be 8 RPS. Make sure the gearing's working correctly for that. Oh, it's gonna be screwed up now. Shit. Let's see. Ground spoiler speed should be 10 meters per second. We need one for the thrust lever. See what's that doing? That's fine. That'll work. Alright, that's good. Oh, come on, man. Fall out of this one too many times. It gets annoying. Go for a quick flight, test everything out. Alright, we'll arm the reversers, but the reversers won't come on until I bring the thrust back. So when I bring the thrust back, now we get reversers. Alright, and then there's a problem here I gotta fix, so... It's supposed to be thrusting up when I go in reverse, but the issue here is, I need the absolute, so that will give me a positive. So what happens here is this goes to negative 0.4. I need the absolute value, which will be a positive 0.4, so I'll do that. I need to be able to thrust up in reverse, so... Because like in my plane, you can click the transcals out, and then you pull back, and that will increase your thrust. Other people are typing, they're just not typing as much as you are. I have 7,000 hours in the game, so that's why I make it look easy. I've got the new values in, the new P values mostly, so I need to test those out, make sure it flies correctly. Positive rate, gear up. Autopilot's on. Flaps retraction altitude, flaps coming up. Now strobes. I gotta do the bottom beacon. Put that on my list. Where the hell is my pen? There it is. Alright, I gotta test to make sure I didn't neuter the p-values too much. So I'm still in heading hold, so let's go, oh, I don't know, 320. Alright, that's much smoother now. Alright, there's 5,000. Probably increase the p-value on roll. Pitch is fine. No quick descent. What's the VSI reading? Oh yeah, that's a good strong VSI. So pitch is fine. Alright, let's put up the spoilers, check them. Yep. Put away the spoilers. Nice. Yeah, I definitely got to increase the p-val and the roll a little bit. Pitch could go up just a hair as well. Thrust is done. Gear indication still needs to be done. Beacon. Just do a quick GPS course, make sure GPS course works. I didn't change anything, so it should. There we go. Right turn, huh? Should be a left turn. Why is that still fucked up? Huh. Why is that fucked up? Showing 242, that's fine. Nav. It's gotta be nav is on as well. Nav, GPS, I need both of them. It was just drifting. Okay. Forgot I had it set up that way. That needs to be fixed. The label for the forward fuel tank. Forward fuel label. So we should be going to that island here in a second. Yeah, definitely will increase the, like, this is a normal descent rate for a plane, but it's a little bit slow for the game. Yeah, I'm in the US. Yep. Alright, there's 2,000. So, good level off, just slower than I like. I gotta index the airspeed indicator. Alright, we're on course now. Alright, let's start doing some of that stuff. Alright, let's see. Needle stop speed's gonna be 220. V&E, 220. No yellow arc. White arc will be, we'll say 180. That looks good. All right. All right, so what did I do? I half this number, didn't I? Up, that's not connected. All right. Let's see, where's the roll one? Is this one? I half that, so it was double that. It was when the hell was it? Shit, I can't remember now. And that's yaw roll, and then pitch needs an increase as well. Do that. Let's see, index airspeed, that's done. Pitch and roll is done. Gear indication, beacon on the bottom. Beacon on the bottom is an easy fix. Where is the beacon? Right there. Park brake I need to do. Park brakes. Now, park brakes are done. Bottom beacon's done. Might redo the gear at some point, but let's go test flight this real quick. Get rid of that thrust lever. And then we'll make this the last thing I do because I gotta go. I'll see you later there, Puzzle. Alright, entering the runway. Here comes strobes and landing lights. Airspeed's alive. 60 knots. Rotate. Pause rate, gear up. Flaps up. Alright, we got heading, we got altitude hold, autopilot's on. Make a left turn to 320. A little bit rambunctious, but not too bad. That I still didn't change. I level off at 5. Alright, let's change to course. So we want to do this course here. Nav, GPS, heading holds off. Should turn to the course. Send down at 2,000. Yeah, it's more extreme descent rate. IRL, that's a pretty extreme descent rate. Our alarm, our thrust reversers will come in for a quick landing here. That beacon needs to move further back because they can see it flashing in the cockpit, so I'll move that back. Beacon aft. Right. Go down 1,000 feet. No, 1,500 for jets, so. I'll start slowing down a little bit. Slow down to the white arc. Or put some flaps in. That's what the white arc signifies, the flap range. Current heading 164. Heading holds on. Put some more flaps in. Put some more flaps in. Let's go full flaps. Gear down. Alright, nice. Autopilot's coming off. Retrim. Turn it base. They're slowing down. Approach speed in this can be like 80, I think. It's about good. Pitch power configuration, we're doing power, so we got to trim again. Aiming bars, they're right there. That's what we're aiming at. I'll pretty much just put my icon right there. If I aim at the aiming bars, we'll land at the aiming bars. Slow down a little bit every time I change power, pitch, configuration. I gotta trim. So. A little bit short here. There we go. We're on. And we got the reversers are armed. Oh. Why is that struggling? The fuck? Oh, parking brake was it? No, parking brake's not on. Why are we not getting reverses either? That's what I want to know. Alright, something's up with reversers. Look, they're going. Alright. Let's try this real quick here. Let's just kill my engines. I want to make sure the gear isn't locked up. Nope. Okay, they're all off. Alright. Nose gear might not have been locked. I'm going to redo the gear anyway. Or parts of the gear. I'm not doing all of it. But, alright. Let's see what I have on my list. So I can see when this, why the reverser didn't go out. Alright, when the transcal unlocks, so that's the thrust lever is less than negative 0.2. Alright, radar altimeter less than this goes here. Thrust lever less than that goes there. What is 6? 6 is the armed. Yeah, that's all fine. There's that a gear collapse. I know that was all the problem. I want to make sure it's in reverse. So transcal unlock should also go to this gear. That's good. Yep, so that works. Alright. Alright, let's go save it up, and we'll finish up there. And starting to make good progress here. I should be able to clean this up pretty quick. All right, guys, if you liked the video, give it a like. If you're new and you enjoyed it, consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next one.